Today, we have a special interview with one of my favorite social media personalities, Mr. Chad Turner. He's also a brand ambassador, a hip hop historian, among other things. We're going to discuss how he got to where he is now. We're going to talk about social media, of course. We're going to talk about hip hop, duh. And we're going to talk about Cardi B, her rollout, and everything else in between.
To the top is where I'm aiming, y'all. Get your life, bruh. Get your life, bruh. Get your life, bruh. Get your life, bruh. Okay, there ain't no way that you can stop me. Okay, I be up on my grizzly, so go ahead and miss me completely. Y'all so lame, and though I'm really not complaining, I'm flattered by the chatted. To the top is where I'm aiming, y'all. Get your life.
What's up, everybody? We got a special guest today. I'm excited to speak with him. He's one of my favorite social media personalities, Mr. Chad Turner. He is a social media influencer, a brand ambassador, company owner, hip hop historian, online personality, among other things. And thank you for being here, Chad. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris. You got me over here feeling all special and stuff. Look.
You are special, and we appreciate you. Tell me about yourself. Where you from, bro? And how did you get into the social media? Well, first of all, how did you get into the brand ambassador? I keep stumbling at the brand ambassador thing.
So my social media story is really one for the books, to be really honest with you. I come from Dayton, Ohio. I went to college to be a radio personality. I
Mm,
graduated back in 2006. I have a degree in mass communications,
mm,
and I started to work in radio.
okay.
During my time in radio, it is very, very, very strict. And I was really young. I was kind of a firecracker at the time. I really enjoyed it. I got a lot of knowledge from it.
Mm,
And as the times changed, I ended up leaving out of radio. I went back and got a bachelor's in mass communications
nice.
and started to do more like video production, that kind of thing. Um, One day I just kind of woke up and was like, I want to be one of those people I see on social media. And
Gotcha.
so I started making videos that look just like theirs because I have a background in video production.
Mm,
It led to eventually, oh God, I don't even know who the first company was, but eventually one of the companies reached out and was like, hey, we want to send you a PR box. So
mm,
for a while, I started doing the PR boxes on TikTok. That eventually led me to becoming the spokesperson for Lord, I'm gonna get the brand wrong because I don't drink it. So I'm gonna be
mm.
honest with you.
Is
It
it
was Paul
Hennessy?
Masson. It was
Oh,
Paul
Paul
Masson.
Masson. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Ooh,
That
I
was
could tell you
the
some stories about Paul Masson,
oh,
the
I
younger
can
days.
too. I
Yeah.
can too. But Lord, I was the brand ambassador for Paul Masson for a year. And
Wow.
after that, I ended up just going over onto Twitter and started to become a Twitter personality.
Okay. Speaking of social media, I see that on TikTok, you be having viral posts and stuff like over 1 million views. Your interactions be blowing up. How does that correlate with just the whole radio gig and being an influencer?
Well, when I was in radio, I focused a lot more on promotions. So we
Mm,
would do things like contests, like giving away game consoles, giving away free food to restaurants, tickets to movies, things like that. So I learned the inner workings of what it takes to promote something.
mm,
When it came to me going viral, really for real, it's a game of being at the right place at the right time.
gotcha.
um Especially like in regards to like Cardi B. Right now I'm really focusing my social media content on promoting Cardi B's music.
Hmm.
I love Cardi B as a person and as an artist, and
Hmm.
so the best way for me to be a fan is to kind of bring the way that we used to be fans back in the day. I'm sure you're used to it, the way we used
Oh,
to be fans back in the
oh
day with
yeah.
the posters and
Oh
the
yeah.
going out the word of mouth. So that's
There was
really
a
what I've
street
been
team back
focusing
in the
on.
day.
Yeah,
We would actually have to be feet to ground promoting our favorite
absolutely.
artists. So Yes, and it's so dope that we can do that now through social media, and it's a great platform, for fans. We definitely gonna get into Cardi B, of course, because I'm a huge fan too, and I know you are. I still want to learn a little bit more about you as well. Um, what do you have any like tips for aspiring media personalities that want to get into TikTok and just have no clue how to become viral, or is it just like one of those catch and fetch type of things where you just like you said, you gotta have like the right hashtags or
So when it comes to like becoming a social media person, the first thing that I would recommend is getting comfortable being in front of the camera. You're
mm,
gonna make mistakes and things like that, and that comes with it, but don't let that kind of thing discourage you. Also, become consistent. Make a
mm,
schedule for yourself of, what type of content you're gonna make and make the content, regardless of whether you choose to upload it or not. Just try
mm,
to get yourself into a schedule of creating the content and then move into actually posting it. Become like a scheduled poster. Also be relatable.
mm,
Know who you want your audience to be before you start, so that way you'll know how to cater the content for them. Always find a way to still relate back to the people who are relating to you, and be
mm,
interactive. Talk back with your audience. Make your
mm.
audience feel like they're being heard, and engage in those one-on-one conversations with them. I think all of those things will eventually lead you to the right place at the right time, and you will end up finding your way.
Okay. Let me take notes on that personally because yes. Where
You
were you?
got
Like,
it. I don't think, when it comes to you, I think with you, your consistency and what you're doing is going to pay off. I already see you making your way. You know
mhm,
what I'm saying? And people are sharing your content. You're
mhm,
not constrained within a certain place. You're
mhm.
going to find your audience. You're a very knowledgeable person.
Thanks, I
Especially,
appreciate that.
yeah, 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 for sure.
Yeah, like, now, where were you, like, 2 years ago when I started? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm learning along the way, but these are great tips, and, you're exactly right, like, I'm learning as I'm going, but I think these will definitely help the next person that's trying to get on, and especially if it's a oversaturated, type of
Yes.
market, so everybody's doing it, and I think that's one of the hardest parts too, is just being an
Yeah.
influencer. Yeah, so how do you I mean, may have spoke on this before. How do you get your viral moments? Is it through hashtags? Is it just staying current with current events or
It's actually a combination of both. You kind of want to be one of the first people there. So
mm,
whatever the content is, whatever like information it is that you're putting out, you kind of want to be the first one there, and you want to put your own flair into it. You want to let your personality shine as much as possible. You
mm,
want to kind of sell yourself.
okay.
The hashtags definitely help because it will put you into like your niche and show
Okay.
you to people who are already looking for that. So,
Okay.
yep.
Speaking of hashtags, okay, so I was off TikTok for a little bit after Donald Trump, so he took it over,
Yeah,
whatever the
I
case may
did
be.
too.
All right. So did they limit hashtags? So we only can use 5 now?
Yeah, we only get 5. Honestly, to me, I think that really helps us because it really focuses your content into whatever like niche you have.
Mm,
It also puts your content out farther to people who are already looking for that kind of stuff.
okay.
For me personally, because of the way that I have worked my content over, if I put in, certain artists or
Mhm.
certain fan bases, is definitely going to put my content in front of those people.
Okay, I see. So that's a big thing. Okay, that's a good note to keep to know about. I understand. Do you have like a few companies that and LLCs that you have going on? Do you want to speak on that or and
So I have a photography business that I operate in real time, like every day.
mm,
I get contracted to go out. Right now, I'm contracted to go out and photograph homes that are going through either tax like
Mm,
tax situations or like foreclosures, and even
mm,
sometimes going into homes and like photographing the inside of them because they're probably going to be sold.
mm.
So that's what I do on a day-to-day basis. And then
Nice.
I also, during my time promoting music, I kind of got involved in with a crowd of people who I learned throughout the process were a little less than savory. And so
Mm,
I had to go and file a trademark in order to protect my personal intellectual
mm.
property. But I have no plans to actually use it. I literally just filed it to protect myself.
Okay. Okay. Understand. And that's just so nobody could use the name or what you pretty much built.
Right. Not so much the name, but just the intellectual property of it all.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Understand. Okay, now that I got some background on you, let's talk about some music. Well, actually,
Oh,
before we get into the
snap.
music, hold on, before we get into music, I do want to know, okay, in your downtime when you're not doing photography, when you're not social media influencing, what do you like to do in your downtime? Like any vacation spots or just what you just like to do for fun?
So I love going to Houston.
Mm,
I actually haven't been on a trip in a little while now because of life,
right.
but I absolutely love Houston. And another one of my favorite spots that I would like to go and travel to was Destin, Florida. Love the
Mm,
beaches of Destin, Florida. They have like
mm,
white sand beaches and like the
mm,
water's really clean. I love it there.
yes.
Love it, love it, love it. It's about 20 minutes from Panama City Beach. But
Oh, it's that
Panama
close?
City, yeah, yeah. But
Okay.
Panama City Beach is more like a touristy destination. And really Destin is becoming one now. But
Mm,
yeah, so that's like the travel wise where I like to go. And in my spare time, just like here around the house, I like to cook. I like to dance. I like watching music videos and like trying to learn the choreography. It's always been like my favorite
mm.
pastime. And I love playing video games. I'm a Call of Duty
Okay.
player, and
Okay,
I also
gotcha.
be playing Wars. I mean, Fortnite. I play Fortnite too.
Okay, so you're a gamer. Got you.
Yeah.
And I'll be seeing some of your posts. You be having a lot of nieces and nephews and cousins
Oh
and stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Are
I
you
be
the
killing.
family? Are you like the go-to? Everybody goes to your house on like Sundays and stuff, or do you?
No, 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 not at my house.
Mhm.
No, but I do love going around to visit everybody. I love going around to visit like everybody in my family. I am literally all of the kids' favorite because I don't have children. And
Okay.
so I get to break all of the rules of like,
Mhm.
the stuff that all the parents be like, oh no, don't do that. Oh, girl, it's some candy. Get out my face.
Right. Come to
So
Uncle Chad's house. You know
yes,
what I'm saying?
well, the kids now, I will say that the kids do, ask to come over a lot, and they come over. They get to come over and have fun. They play with my dog and stuff like
Mhm.
that. So it's always a good time.
Yeah. And it's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
going back to your family, going back to your mom and dad
Yeah,
now."
go. Yeah, yeah. You can come and spend the night and everything and spend the weekend. And I
Right.
always make sure I got like the kids' snacks and
Mm,
chips and juice and all that kind of stuff.
gotcha.
But you can go home and take all the snacks with you. I got you some more next time you come.
That's so funny, but I understand. I only got my nieces down here, so they could be a handful. And just for those few hours, you'd be like, "Oh my god, I see why I don't have kids right
Oh
now."
yeah, yeah.
But you gotta love them. So yeah, okay. So now let's get into the music stuff. And first of all, I want to talk about your shirt. I love it. I love TLC. I've been a fan of TLC
Yes.
since I was in middle school. I used to hang their posters on my locker room. Remember you have like the locker rooms, or not the locker room, the
The
lockers, and
lockers,
people put their things
yes.
up there. So what's your correlation with TLC? You a big fan or
Yes, I am like a TLC super fan. I have
hey?
loved them since their first album when I was really little.
Mm.
I've met them. I've had a chance to interview
Oh,
T-Boz. She's my
wow.
favorite member. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been with them for the entire ride.
Wow, and they were young kinda when we came out. I think we were, like, maybe preteens, you know what I'm saying, when they were
When TLC came out, I was 7.
okay, yeah, we was mad young. I remember some of their stuff
Yeah.
being a little bit over my head
Yeah,
because I was like, wait, an egg on
very,
the glasses?
very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
It was a condom.
Yeah, okay. Condom,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was a condom. She wore a condom on the lens of her
Like who
glasses.
was doing that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
And condoms all on the clothes and stuff.
Right.
And they were always talking about safe sex. And
Mhm.
for me, like at 7 years old, of course, I didn't know what any of that stuff meant. But
Right.
by the time I became a teenager, and of course, I was still listening to them then,
Mhm.
all of that stuff was very much relevant. So,
Totally. Yeah, those their biggest hits, especially Waterfalls, Red Light
yep.
Special. That was like my childhood. You know what I'm saying? That really taught me like make sure I have protected sex, make sure that I'm not out there slinging drugs or you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they were teaching but giving us bops at the same time back then. So I
Yeah, back
always
when music was conscious.
hello and people were
Yeah.
saying stuff. Facts. And shout out to TLC and Chili. To this day, y'all still doing y'all thing, and I love to see it.
Period.
You know?
Yes, absolutely. I love TLC still to this day. Shout out to them.
Yes. Okay. Let's get into the elephant in the room. I try to, when I don't see you on my timeline, I'm like, hold up, where's Chad at? Because guys, let me be straight up. Chad has supported me when I started my channel. When I had like 10 followers, he's retweeted my music. When I drop a freestyle, it might not be the best, but he still supports. He's been supporting my videos and sharing, and I just want to say thank you for that.
No
And
problem.
Imma always mess with you, just off the strength that to me, you a real ass person, and it's hard to find people through the internet that's super real. You know what I'm saying? So I really
Yeah.
appreciate that. But what is going on with your Twitter? Because it's suspended right now. Do you want to talk about it or?
Yeah, we could talk about it. So, my Twitter got suspended because Azalea Banks decided to post a couple of photos of Conor McGregor.
Mm.
And in the photos, he just so happened to have this really, really, really teensy weensy weensy little chicken, a four-letter chicken, if you will.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. And so we were in a Twitter space, and I was asking everybody, did they see it? And people were like, no, no, I didn't see it. And so I had quote retweeted it at the time. And so I just went to my page and like put my tweet in the space. And people were
Okay.
like, I don't see anything, it's unavailable. And so I took the photos from the tweet and posted them in the comments of the space. And like within 5 minutes, I was out of there.
Wow.
I had a lot of pink wig children who
Mm,
were reporting my page at that time.
mm.
And so it didn't even take 5 minutes. I was
That's
I was
insane.
literally in the middle of talking and it was just like bloop. I
And
was
that's
like, holy
crazy because
crap.
of all the other stuff that's posted on Twitter, it's literally like a cesspool of hate and posting people's chickens and things of that nature. I mean, really,
Charlie Kirk literally was assassinated, and I saw the video on Twitter.
me
And
too.
all of those accounts are still here.
Hello,
Azalea Banks's account is still here,
hello.
but for some reason my account is gone. So
Mm,
yeah, and since then, like I am on there is some sort of like a perma ban. Like if I even put my name on my account, it's gonna get immediately suspended. It doesn't matter if the account was made a long time ago. Like there's some sort of a weird ban on my name. Like
what?
I'm not allowed to have a Twitter account. So I've been through maybe about 10 accounts before I got to the one that I have now.
Okay,
And the one that I got now, it does not have my name on it.
okay. So once everything's all straight, you'll keep that one. That'll be
Yeah.
for now.
That's
Okay,
just gonna be the main one. I just won't be able to put my name on
that's
it.
insane. That's
Yeah,
insane.
I
I'm not even sure
agree.
if it's
I've
like
never even
if it's a thing or what, because why are we getting targeted like that? That's insane.
Yeah,
Um,
and I've been like appealing it. I've probably appealed it like 20 times now, but
mhm,
I'm gonna continue to appeal it because I want my damn account back. Like I had a lot of interactions on that account, and that account was really blowing up.
mhm,
Next to my TikTok account, that one was the one that was like the Twitter equivalent. So I
facts.
really want my account back.
Yeah, I missed that one, yo, because I'm like, I you make my day. I like to see you up there. You give informative posts. You talk about it's not just about music. It's about a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? And I hope everything works out there because for a minute I left Twitter and went to Blue Sky for a second, and
Yeah, I did the same thing.
Blue Sky just wasn't as popping. It's like so it's like you got to go back to Twitter, but yeah, it's unfortunate. They're losing somebody good, and hopefully everything will get straightened out with that. So I appreciate you even touching on that and speaking on it.
Yeah, no problem at all. I really do want my account back because it has a lot of memories over there.
Hmm.
And we have all created a lot of memories over on Twitter together. And so,
Totally.
yeah, I want my memories back.
And then too, like this week is a special week. It's Cardi B release week. So it's like I need
Yes.
you to be up there. Like I need those those posts. I need you
See,
to like
Chris,
shed light on what's going on.
you're gonna make me have to go pay for premium again. That's the only thing holding me back
Uh,
right now is I just didn't pay for premium on this
okay.
new account. And I'm like,
It sucks, yo, because it's like we totally need you there. And don't get me wrong, I don't even want to give Elon a penny of my money. You know what I'm saying? To be
right.
up there. But, sometimes it just is what it is right now. It's like I'm trying to boycott Target and this people and these people, and it's just like, it's hard to get around that. I still have
Yeah, yeah.
Amazon and so it's like we still have to do what we have to do at the end of the day. But
Yep.
I hope everything gets straight over there because we need you on Twitter. You're one of the big voices, and we appreciate you. If nobody says that, I'm definitely saying that. Real
Thank
talk,
you. Thank you. Thank you for
totally.
and thank you.
So okay, now let's get into the hip hop part of this interview. I would love to hear your opinions on these topics. Okay, so what's your? I'm gonna start with your top five male, female hip hop of all time.
Okay. My top five is gonna be number five, I'm gonna say
It doesn't have to be in any
Pharrell.
order if you don't want to, but just your top
Okay.
five.
I'm gonna say number five is gonna be Pharrell.
Hmm.
Number four is gonna be Missy Elliott.
Hmm.
Nu- Number three is gonna be Little Kim.
Okay. Oh, so you're doing
Number
top 5 just all genre, all male hip hop. I mean, male,
y-
female.
yeah, male and female
Okay,
together.
okay, got you. Okay.
Number two is gonna be Cardi B, and
Mm,
number one is gonna be Jay Z.
okay,
Yep.
okay. I wanna talk about the Pharrell placement. That's a different one. Respectfully,
Yeah.
Pharrell is that guy when it comes to production, and even spitting wise. If you heard, the Clips album, he got a few verses on there. He went
Hmm.
bananas on. Production is amazing. What is it about Pharrell that locked you in with him?
When it came to Pharrell for his entire career, the thing that I really identified the most with Pharrell was his unique view and his
Mhm,
unique style.
mhm,
He's very unapologetic in who he is, and he
mhm.
knew that people would try to like label him as a nerd, and he like embodied that, and he didn't let
Facts,
that thing put him into a box. Pharrell took being a nerd to the next level to
facts.
where now he's like a fashion powerhouse. He's a
Mhm,
musical production powerhouse. He's a
mhm,
lyricist. Like
mhm.
Pharrell has, he's like to me, Pharrell is a prism. He has a lot of different facets to him that makes him who he is, and I really appreciated that about him very, very early on.
That's big facts, yo. I don't think Pharrell gets the respect that he deserves in this game sometimes, or he's just looked at as a producer. But
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. He really did take the nerd and made it his own thing, and it's like it's kind of cool to be a nerd almost a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it really
Or
is.
a
And like
skateboarder or whatever.
I was definitely a nerd. Like I used to wear glasses. I was the kid who spent all the time in the library,
Mhm.
on the internet. Like that
Yeah.
was always like who I was. So when Pharrell came out, especially like as a rapper, it gave people like me that kind of like I don't want to really say hope, but really like that kind of hope. Like, damn, we can be cool too. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And eventually I grew up, got rid of the glasses and everything like that. But still inside, like there's a lot of things that I'm still very much fascinated with that people would still consider to be a nerd, like nature. I'm a big, big, big fan of nature. I love nature photography. That's like one of my biggest like loves, my biggest passions.
Mm.
I will get out there and film some fucking ants so quickly. Okay. So that's like I don't know. So when it came to like for real, it kind of tied in that music with like the internet and like just like all the
Mm.
different things that I was interested in. It just made those things cool.
I can see that. Okay. Yes, we love some Pharrell. Love Pharrell. And of
That's
course,
my guy,
Missy.
man.
Yeah, Missy and Pharrell, they go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Just about VA. Like VA don't get the respect they deserve. Like they
Yes,
really put a lot of people on
yes.
the map, like real talk.
And you mentioned clips too. Clips
Hmm.
also
Yup.
add
And
in
one
with the Pharrell thing.
right.
Yes.
And shout out to the Clips and Pharrell, like because these are people that's past their prime per se. Well, almost kind of still in their prime right now, like a resurgence of their prime. That's still doing it over 40, mouths over 50. You know what I'm saying? And spitting the
Yep.
best bars, getting the best reviews, critically acclaimed. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that's super inspiring for a person like me that's over 40 and still doing stuff, just still love hip hop. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So big ups to Pharrell and just everybody still in that age bracket too that's still doing their thing.
Yeah, I just saw earlier today the Clips were performing at the Vatican, and they're like the very first
Mm.
artists to ever perform at the Vatican. And just to
Wait, the
like see
Vatican is like
that,
overseas, right? It's like
yeah, in
that church.
Rome,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, the like
Oh,
Roman church, Roman Catholic Church, like,
wow.
yeah, where the Pope is at.
Yeah. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. I
So
didn't know that.
like for me, I come from the hood too, the same way like Clips represents the hood.
Mhm.
And to see them perform for like in front of the Pope or like even in the same city as the Pope, like that is very, very much inspiring. We're seeing the hood leave the hood and become great. And we're
Mhm.
seeing it in our lifetimes. And I'm very, very grateful for that.
That's real talk. Because I don't think we're able to really see that with like our old school is, like Rakim Kumodi,
Right.
Roxanne Shante, and we didn't really see them really get their chance to keep doing it as they got older in hip hop because it seems like hip hop caps artists at a certain age. If you're over 30, then you're old or something.
Right,
And I
right,
think
right.
now that it's expanding more where people are actually having careers well into their 40s, well into their 50s. And it is awesome to see because we shouldn't have to cap our genre. Like the rock people don't do that. The alternative people in
Right.
country music don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like let our artists still be great at whatever age if they still putting out good music. That's
I
what I
agree
say.
with that. You know what's funny about that? I saw
Mhm.
Juvenile has new music coming out, and I
Mm.
saw a short snippet of one of his music videos. And Juvie is rapping in a way that I never thought I would ever hear him rapping. Like Juvie raps like have been completely updated. And he has like a brand new cadence and everything like
Okay.
that. And I'm like fully, fully intrigued by it. So
Facts.
yeah, I agree with you. I feel like as long as they are producing quality music, quality raps, they still spitting them flows.
Mhm.
That's lighting fires under our asses still. They
Mhm.
should their expiration date should be extended. Honestly, I think we need to take away expiration dates on artists that are producing good music.
Hello.
It
Facts.
doesn't even make sense.
It sure don't. It really don't. Especially with our genre of hip hop. We just like now we just don't speak to young kids. We speak to everybody. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
And it took us a long time to even get to a point where we have an audience as big that like as we have for hip hop. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? Like hip hop has transcended the hood and now we got little blonde hair, blue eyed kids in suburbs that are rapping our songs just as well as we are.
facts. And it sucks that like sometimes the blue-eyed blondes they get more exposure doing the same thing we were doing, but it's because it's them, it hits a little bit more for their community or whatever, which sometimes you just have to exhale and just move on. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus. Yep.
And since Chad mentioned juvenile guys. I'm gonna go ahead and react to that or do something and see what you be talking about because I'm interested and I definitely want to see what he's talking about.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good, man. I'm telling you.
I can't wait to check it out. Okay, so let me ask you about the streaming era now. Do you think it's hurting the business or do you think it's making it better for artists?
So I think that streaming overall will help the artist, to be
Okay,
honest with you. I think there's a reason why we came into this streaming era to begin with. And overall, I think that whenever you are an organic artist, streaming will help you because it'll get your music out to places that you may not physically be able to get to.
that's true.
On the flip side of that, you have certain artists who are bigger artists who you would think wouldn't need like some sort of like a inflated push from streaming. And it's a lot of like major named artists who benefit from this.
Mm,
And I feel that makes it unfair for the smaller artists and the independent artists who are
totally.
utilizing streaming to their benefit.
That's true. That's so true. Super true. As somebody who likes to rap for fun, I could definitely attest to that. It's just super hard to get out there and just try different ways of just having people hear your music. I know Cardi B was like when Imaginary Players came out, she's like, yeah, y'all could say, if you like it, if you think it's trash, but y'all talking about it. When you're not talking
Hmm.
about it, then that's the thing. Like, say what you want, but every podcaster is talking about this record. So there's some artists that nobody talks about their records when they put it out. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
So
I think that when it comes to music, we always have to remember that music is kind of one of those things that ebbs and flows.
mm,
And although right now, sometimes people may not get it, sometimes in the future, people do go back and re listen
mm,
and they do get it.
that's true.
So, it just is what it is sometimes.
Remember that era between like the buying CDs and then like the LimeWire era where it's like you was able to like steal the music or like
Yes.
download it and then streaming came and then like all that shit stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Yep.
maybe it's like the artists who trying to protect their, their royalties or whatever case may be. Because I was like making a CD every other day, like, yo, I got a mix
Man,
for you, bro.
please.
I was the hood CD guy
Please.
for a minute.
Yes, I was too. I'm not gonna lie. I would carry around one of those binders with the CDs,
Uh-huh.
and they're like, "Oh yeah, I got that album."
Right. It'll be the clear album. It'll just say the name of the artist up there.
Yep. That's funny.
Um, oh, I meant to add, this was the second part of your top five. What's your top five R&B solo and or group?
Ooh, okay. Oh God, you about to put me on the spot. See, one of my favorite artists is not in favor publicly right now, and
Mm,
it's okay because at the end of the day, it's all about the music anyway.
mhm.
But let's see. Oof, you're gonna make me go all the way back too. I'm about to take
Well,
you on a trip.
I'm assuming TLC is probably one of them.
Yes, TLC is definitely one. New Edition,
Mm,
Whitney Houston.
amen to that.
Ooh, because I only got two more spots, so I gotta, I gotta make these good. Um, Chris Brown,
Mm, very
that's the
controversial
one.
take.
Yes,
Yeah.
very controversial, but the boy got a voice on him, and he's a performer, and I
Facts.
am a big fan of performances and productions. Um, the last one, I'm gonna have to. I mean, I'm just gonna have to give it to her. It's Sierra. I'm gonna have to give it to
Mm.
her. Sierra's an absolutely phenomenal performer.
Good to hear
Or
that name. I'm surprised on that. You don't hear too many people giving Sierra her props like that, and
yeah,
especially with
and
this
you know what?
album.
It's funny because it's only five, and of course, there's so many other people
Of
that I
course.
want to include in because there's a lot of great musicians,
Mhm.
but the really really great ones, and I feel like there's gonna be people that be like, and you couldn't at least say.
Uh,
Mm?
of course, of
I feel
course.
like we know that they're great.
Uh
We
huh.
know that they are. They get the praise every single time people ask for the
Mhm,
favorites. So for the sake of this, I wanted to pick
mhm,
people that, like you said, you don't genuinely or generally hear people give Sierra her flowers. And
mhm.
this girl's been doing what she's been doing for what, 20 years now.
Facts. Um, Signed with the big labels and independently, you gotta give it to her. And keep in mind, this is Chad Turner's top 5, and this is his
Right,
favorite.
right.
So if
Not
you
the
don't like it,
world.
get your own top 5, okay? Like, yeah. But, yeah, and this Sierra's newest album is phenomenal. I can't put it down. Like, at first I was like, there was a few songs she put out that was like, it seems like she's trying to rekindle something, a 1-2 step or something. But the songs that released when the album dropped in the deluxe, oh my god! To me, she's like the best that she's been to me in a long time, and it's so good to see it. Like, and to
So
hear,
I gotta be fair. I haven't
okay,
heard the new album,
okay,
but I have heard some snippets online, and I do feel like Sierra is an evolving artist, and I love to see it. I
hmm
could tell she has like a kind of like a little bit of an Afrobeat sound on this. Is that
hmm
on her
she
album?
does. There's a few tracks, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a listen. I'm not gonna hold you. She's one of my favorites though because of when I see Sierra today, I still see the Sierra that came out originally.
Mhm,
Even though she's able to like reinvent herself and like bring different sounds and different energies and different looks, I still see that same original girl, like that same drive and that same
mhm.
passion. So that's why I included her in my list.
I agree with that. And nobody's seen her when it comes to the dancing. I
At
mean, she
all,
still does that. Them
at
knees are
all.
still doing they're supposed to do, and you can't be mad about that. Like, when you like I think she's maybe just 40, still doing it like she's in her 20s, doing it better than some of these kids out now. Like, come on, like that's some real artist shit. I'm sorry.
Did you see the link up where she linked up with Megan the Stallion on
Oh,
stage? So
nah.
Megan did. I
It's
want to say it
new?
was Coachella.
Oh,
I
okay.
want to say it was Megan at Coach. I think it was Coachella. I'm gonna go and look it up and send it to you in your DMs. But
Okay.
her and Sierra did.
Mm,
It was Goodies and God, I don't even know what Megan's song that was. That
okay.
she
Is it
samples Goodies, and they
uh-huh.
did the little
Oh,
choreography and everything
yeah.
like that. It was
Yeah.
really, really cute. It was really
Oh,
cute. It was
okay.
really, really cool to
I
see.
gotta see that because she does
Yeah,
sample, I think it's on Act 2, a Meg or
yeah.
something.
Was it
Yeah.
Rocksteady? It was Rocksteady.
Yup,
It was
uh-huh. Sure
Rocksteady.
is.
They
Yup.
did Goodies and Rocksteady.
Okay. Sierra popping out on them. I know that's right.
Yeah,
'Cause
yes.
she popped out at Mary's concert too. It popped up on my YouTube feed, and I was just like, "Okay." Mary was showing mad love to her, like, "Yo, give her her flowers," and they were just doing it vice versa. And it was like, yeah, like, it's good to see Sierra get her due respect, you know?
Yes, yes, yes. And I love that she's out here. She's independent. She's still
Mhm,
pushing her music. The
mhm,
product is still a very, very good product. We're seeing
mhm.
her out and about. I love this for her. I love this era for her, for sure.
While we're talking about streaming and being independent, what's your thoughts on artist development, and do you think that's still relevant now?
So I feel like artist development is one of those long lost form, like art forms. A lot of artists they're not I don't think they're getting the artist development that we're used to seeing.
Like, Imma say,
Um,
like, when Usher was a kid coming up, Monica, Brandy, like, I know Brandy's mom was her manager, and Beyoncé, Girls' Tyme, Destiny's Child, she was I don't wanna say groomed, I don't wanna use that word, but developed pretty much,
right,
like,
right.
into the superstar she is now. So, do you think
The media training,
mhm,
there was like etiquette. Um, yeah, there's a lot of that that I feel like is lost
mhm,
today. I feel like these artists of today are just kind of like a snapshot in a bottle. You kind of get them where they are right then and there. And if they're not able to develop themselves, we just don't typically see too much of them anymore,
mhm,
i.e., Ice Spice. Um,
mhm. Right, big
but
facts.
then you do have other artists who are learning the game and reshaping the game to
Mhm.
where we're seeing the development in real time.
Mhm.
And, you know, we're gonna see if it works out. That person that I'm referencing is Cardi B. I feel like
Okay.
Cardi B is a person that we're watching develop in real time. Usually, this is
Facts.
something that happens behind the scenes, but we're seeing it in front of the scenes. And now
Facts.
she's rolling it into her rollout for her album. Where,
Mhm.
like I said, I hope it works out. So I hope that the sales and the hype all translates over into the mass audience.
Facts. Oh, we definitely gonna get on Cardi B in like 1 second.
Oh yeah,
Just
we good, we good.
um, as far as like the artist development, do you think it's just like if an artist has 500,000 followers, then that's who they'll pretty much gravitate towards because they built their base, like a little Nas X per se. He built his base from the ground up with just one song that it wasn't even finished. They mixed and mastered it once it got big and all that stuff. And now since things aren't going his way. The music just is taking off the way it used to, and he crashed out, publicly and stuff like that. Do you think if he had that artist development or somebody really by his side, that he probably wouldn't have to go through that?
Absolutely. I feel like when it comes to Little Nas X, he's taken a path that a lot of people have taken before. I feel
Mhm,
like he's out there, he's alone. He
mhm,
doesn't have a quote unquote team of people that to just support him. And I
mhm,
think that that's extremely vital, especially for artists.
mhm,
Um, he was one of those examples of being like a photograph in a bottle. They caught
mhm,
him when he was very, very popular. And as soon as he did one thing that brought him out of public grace, now he's kind of like swimming in an ocean by himself.
mhm,
With proper artist development, working with certain producers, developing his sound, making sure that he's getting therapy for things that he can't deal with, a lot of
mhm.
those kinds of things. I think he would have had an easier time navigating today.
Totally agree. And I want to send my thoughts and prayers to him because I can't even
Yeah, me too.
imagine going through that. Like, I'm not the type to be laughing in people's faces when they're dealing with mental health stuff. I've been there, you know what I'm saying? A lot
Yeah,
of people's been there. Some people just don't talk about it or whatever, and we hide it under the rug. But yeah, I just hope for the best for him because I hate to see anybody go through that, whether I like your music or not. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
And
I agree.
especially just a fellow black man, a fellow guy that's in the LGBT, you know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
just trying to find his way. He's a young guy, and I know it could be overwhelming when you're younger, especially in the lifestyle and dealing with fake ass people in the industry. You know what I mean? So
As if you remember, back in the early 2000s, Mariah Carey went through the same exact thing. The same exact thing.
you mean like when glitter dropped, like when that part? Because I remember
And
like she was getting hell for that.
she had a quote unquote mental breakdown,
This shit.
and she couldn't deal with the pressures of the industry and how the media was portraying her. Her family
Hmm.
was selling stories about her into the
Yeah,
tabloids.
I remember
Like, it
that.
was a big deal. And she had a breakdown where she just left and went to therapy and got herself right.
Hmm.
And she came back with Rainbow, the album Rainbow.
Hmm. Wow, I didn't know she was going through all that, like and that's before social media, of course, so, you know
Yes, yep.
wow.
They publicized it as, she went to TRL and did a strip tease, and it was just really for real, it was just a mental breakdown just from
Mhm.
dealing with, the thing with Tommy Mottola, and
Oh,
again, her
yeah,
family was selling stories and things like
right.
that, so yep.
I forgot about Tommy Mottola era, Sony, I believe, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, goodness, ooh. I mean, this is like hip hop historian shit right here, y'all. If you don't know, make sure you do your homework, and that's another thing too, I just wanna touch on real quick before we get into the rest of the interview, a lot of these new artists need to be do their homework and research the artists before them. Like because y'all be coming in the game thinking just people just washed up and just whatever, and they wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here without them. So put some respect on the Mariahs, the Whitneys, the you know what I'm saying, those type of people that really set the stage for the artists we have now. You know what I mean? You got to
Yes.
because I
It's
know when
more
we
than
were coming
just
up.
like, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, like when we were coming up, you didn't get a pass if you didn't show respect. Like I said, to the Rakims, to the Aretha Franklins, to the Tina Turners. You know what I'm saying? Like Whitney and all them would be like, yo, respect to Gladys Knight, to you know what I'm saying? Those people that, and it's just like that's like a loss. People don't do that now. The newer artists, the Trippy Reds or the some do. I won't say all of them. Some do, and that Cardi B does all the time. She always gives up to Missy Elliott, to Little Kim, to Trina. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dang,
Yeah.
like for her to do that in her prime, where she doesn't have to say nobody's name. You know what I'm saying? That's like, yo, that's why I fuck with her so heavy because I'm like, yes, Cardi, like take it back to where you was giving props to people before your time. You know?
Yeah. Definitely, and I feel like it's more than just a sample or more than
Mm,
just a, you're rapping in the cadence of this person or using a beat to a familiar song. You definitely should reach out to these artists and give proper homage, for
facts.
sure.
Okay, so let's get into for me, she's the current reigning queen of rap right now. That's just my opinion. I've said it before, so this ain't nothing new. Y'all know the channel. Um, what's your thoughts on this rollout? Since she announced the album, to me is something constant every day.
Yeah, Cardi B's album rollout, in my opinion, is very reminiscent to the album rollouts of the late 90s and the early 2000s, where you would have the artists going out to like the record stores and meeting with the fans and doing autograph signings. And, you know, um, the difference with the way that Cardi's doing it is she's actually out in the real world, and not every moment is, although she's taking advantage of social media, not every moment is like exists on social media. I saw
Mm.
her in the middle of a street pushing her album. I saw
Right.
her on a sidewalk in New York. I saw her in the subway. She's at the bodega. This
Right.
girl is creating moments in real life out of thin air.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it just reminds me of that original Pandemonium from an NSYNC release or a B2K
Mm.
release. You
Okay.
know, it
Britney
feels
Spears.
very tangible. Yes,
Yup.
Britney Spears. So I think this is one rollout for the ages. She's definitely getting, like, she's restructuring the music industry as
Mm.
each day passes. So we'll
Mm.
see a lot more of this type of rollout going forward.
I think you're right. I think you're right. What do you think about the album covers? She's been eaten visually to me. What's your favorite album cover? What's your thoughts?
Uh, so with the album covers, I think she's setting herself up to become the Beyonce of rap, to be honest
Mm.
with you. Beyonce and Taylor Swift were the first people that I saw to do that. And so
Mm.
now you have Cardi B being the first female rapper doing it. In my opinion, the best album cover was the Imaginary Players box set cover, where she has the blonde wig and the diamonds all on her face and on her
Oh,
ear and on her
okay.
nails.
I do like
Um,
that. I do
yeah,
like
it's
that.
very, very player. It gives very much like cool and rich.
Mm.
And she's such
Yeah,
a baddie. She's such a
she
baddie. I love
is.
her.
I'm not going front. I like the pink one threw me for a loop. I was just like with the monster hand on top of the head. I was like, who
Yes.
thinks of that? Like, seriously, I love the original one with the shoe up. To me, that's like
Hmm.
I could see people doing that for Halloween or something, recreating. But the one where it's the checkered, looks like the big sister invasion of privacy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ooh, that took me. I was like, she just don't miss. Like, who is styling her? Who is like putting this in her ear? Because and it's just not. She's taking a nice picture. Her swag, her like her attitude with it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like nobody's doing it like Cardi B. I'm sorry, rap girl wise.
Right, right. Yeah,
You're
she's
not.
definitely taking it. I'm not gonna hold you. She's definitely she's proven that she is the powerhouse that the people are making her out to be.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have been giving Cardi B her flowers ever since the very first album. And the
mm-hmm,
only thing that's really been holding her back, in my opinion, is just the length of time that it's taken for
mm,
her to put out another album. But also, I come from an era where it took TLC five years to go from the Crazy Sexy Cool album to Fan Mail.
Okay,
So
let's go.
I get it. I
Uh-huh.
understand. We're here now, and I'm just really excited. Her new album, "Am I the Drama?" I've bought every vinyl that she has, with the
Okay.
exception of the checkerboard one.
Okay.
So hopefully there will be more
Yeah.
if
And they
if
be
they
selling out
sell
so
out.
fast.
Yeah, they are. They're
And
selling
I'm
out of
like,
everything.
so it's this is I don't even have this written down as a question, but do you think like first week numbers are super important, or is it more of just quality music? Or is it both?
I I feel like it's both, but right now, after a 7-year hiatus, I think first week's numbers are crucial.
Mm,
It's definitely gonna be a big play into how well people are receiving you coming back.
okay.
So I think that the first week's numbers are definitely going to be crucial.
Okay.
But aside from that, I think that the quality of the music is probably the most important thing.
Gotcha.
Because you don't want to take such a long hiatus and then come back and deliver something that is subpar, especially after, she's done several interviews where she's talked about how she wasn't satisfied with the quality of her
Mm,
music
mm-hmm.
and how she didn't want to just come out and milk her fans just for money. So,
Facts.
I think it's
Mhm.
it's going to be a very important mix of both.
Yeah, because some artists drop albums every year or two just so they don't feel like they're, fading away, whatever, or it's hard to still stay relevant if you don't have an album out, like Drake. But
And Nikki.
okay, let's clear my throat. But but then you have artists like Lauryn Hill who put out one album and she's considered like the number one on every single rap list. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me started. I love
Yeah.
Lauren, guys, but okay.
My
Um,
brother says the same exact thing, and I just be like, "Listen, hush, okay?"
right. Like, if we're being honest, she does more R&B, but
It
I love
really
Lauren.
is. I
Yeah,
agree with you there. He
and
definitely has a timeless R&B album.
totally. Now with Cardi, to me, this feels like I haven't seen this much excitement or a rollout like this since Little Kim had her transition into Notorious K.I.M. Because it seemed like we waited before streaming, we waited forever for that album to come out. And though to me it's not my favorite Kim album, I expected her to come a little harder, but she she had a bootleg that came out, the Notorious Kim bootleg that was like really for the streets. If you remember that back in the day, it had like
I never
songs.
knew there was a bootleg. Is it
Yeah,
available still?
it is available. It's songs with Kelly Price, Diamonds, and some tracks that didn't make the album.
Oh,
We used to
wow.
kill that in New York going to the club, like insanely. And just like the fact that how Kim was on every single magazine, she was at record signings, she was just everywhere, like Cardi B is. It's just I haven't seen this excitement. The pandemonium just yesterday in New York for her was like insane. I'm just like, oh, in real life, Cardi is really that girl. Like y'all not going to tell me, you know what I'm saying, just what's going on Twitter or online. Like it's proven that people are really excited for her. I love this.
Yeah, I'm people. It's me. I
Hello,
am
people.
people. I cannot wait.
Oh my god.
And then online, I'm a big part of like Barty Gang
Hmm.
and like part of the organization of things to do within the fan base.
Hmm.
I also help to run. We have a Barty Gang like radio station called
Okay.
Barty Gang Radio. It's
Okay.
over on Station Head. So I'm one of the DJs over there.
Okay.
So we have quite a few different things that we do over there with the fans in anticipation for the album.
Hmm.
I'm gonna be playing a lot of Cardi B music next week on my show.
Okay.
I'm ecstatic for this release. People
Me
have waited
too.
literally, and I'm part of the people. We have
Facts.
waited 7 years for this album, and a lot of people
Hello.
didn't even believe it was gonna come. And now that we're
Facts.
here, hell yeah, we taking this up.
Like some people were in elementary school that graduated that are in college now. You know what I'm saying? Some people are like,
Look.
it was teenagers and it's like they're whole grown adults now waiting for this album.
Mhm.
So it's like amazing to see that people are still interested, people are still anticipating because it's been a few times where it's like, yo, WAP Up came out, and that's like your biggest songs. You didn't drop an album then. Like I felt like you should have capitalized off of that. When you was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But I
Hmm.
guess timing is everything, and she's well. While we speaking of timing, Cardi is no secret to having babies, and whatever the case may be.
What?
Um, I don't know. A friend of mine like text me was like, "Chris, I think she is pregnant." I don't know, and I'm just like, "No, I'm not going to even say that because I just don't." It's rollout time. It's album time. Are you seeing a bump or what? Or
Well, I think she's pregnant with her album.
okay, okay,
Until until I see otherwise,
feel you.
you know. But to be honest with you, first of all, I would never know. I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm not one of those people who like pay attention to that kind of thing. So I literally wouldn't. I wouldn't know until she was late in her term anyway. So
Right.
but I do appreciate the fact that she's taking these opportunities and using them to kind of troll it and roll it into her rollout. I think
Mhm.
that's really unique and cool. And it creates the conversation. So if she does turn out to be pregnant, it's like, oh, well, I told you. Or,
Mhm.
like,
Right. And
so.
then we know it's not gonna stop her because this happened during the first album. She still did what she did, and clearly she already had stuff planned out way before when, seems like all these photo shoots and stuff been done, and she's
Mhm.
just now releasing it. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah, that's one thing I will say, because I see a lot of fans online that speak about that, and they're so worried, and I really don't understand it. We've seen her do it before,
mhm,
and it didn't stop anything. Like she had all of her music videos filmed and everything like that. And
mhm.
the one thing I will say it probably stopped was maybe a tour,
Tour,
but
right.
this go round, if she is pregnant, I believe that it would be she would have the baby and be done snap back and be able to rehearse for tour by the
Mhm,
time the tour starts. So I don't think it would be anything to worry about. I mean, if she is, or what else.
mhm. I agree. I'm just really looking to forward to seeing her tour. Like I haven't seen her in person until I go to this album release signing. I'm going to be one of the first people there.
I
Trust and
know
believe
you
it.
are. I am so
Ugh,
jealous too.
I
I was
couldn't
like,
believe
man,
you're from here.
why couldn't I be born in New York? I'm all the
Okay,
way in Ohio. This is crazy.
this don't make no sense. I know. I'm just like, dang, like it's on a Monday. I gotta go to work. Like I'm really about to just call out of work. I'm about to really just go down there. Like, I
I
ain't
know
missing
that's right.
Cardi.
I
Like
ain't
this
gonna
is once
hold you.
in a
You
lifetime.
definitely you gotta get your Cardi B. What's up, Chris on the gram clip?
Hello.
Okay,
Like,
I'm
you
with you on
retweeted
that.
me, you know what I'm saying?
Yep,
And,
I'm with you on that.
I just been a big fan, and I'm just happy to see her win, you know what I'm saying? That's it. I think she really deserves this moment. Um, so let me, actually okay, so while we are talking about, of course, Cardi, what's your current big 3 female rappers?
Um, Cardi, Megan, Glorilla.
Glorilla? Okay. There was
Yep.
some talk, whether it's Breakfast Club spoke on it. I even did a video. To me, is I think Doja takes her spot. Um,
Okay.
though Glorilla is there, she's been putting out consistent bops. She's constantly in the news, and she does her thing on tour. She's killing it. Um, but I don't know if she's there just yet. I feel like Cardi and Meg are top tier female rappers right now. Do you think Doja is like more pop than rap, or is that why she's not?
I think okay, so when it comes to Doja, I agree with you. I think Doja is definitely up there, and Doja could definitely be like top three for sure.
Mhm,
Um, I do feel like Doja's pop influence definitely makes people within hip hop kind of discredit her a little bit.
mhm,
She kind of comes off as a singer who can rap really, really well.
mm,
Um, almost, and I really hate to make this comparison, but almost in the same vein as a Nicki Minaj.
mhm.
Um, but in my opinion, I feel like Doja has the package more tightly put together, and she's
Mhm.
definitely superior in that kind of niche of like rappers who can sing or singers who
Mhm.
can rap. Doja's
Facts.
definitely top tier.
Okay. I definitely give that to you. And I definitely could see Glorilla being in that space too. I'm glad you brought up Nicki Minaj because I've been saying that behind the scenes that Nicki was good in that lane when she first came out doing the pop thing.
Hmm.
And, she one of her biggest hits was Your Love when it came out. That's a whole singing song, pretty much.
Hmm.
And it's like, I don't think nobody's trying to be Nicki. They're all trying to do their own thing. But Doja does it in a way that even Little Kim tried it, and it's not successful for her either. So I'm not trying to, bash Nicki or bash Kim or whatever. I feel like the girls that tried it, they haven't been as successful as Doja has. And
Hmm.
I feel like, it's and I'm one of those. I'm like, she ain't no rapper like that. When Scarlett came out, that changed my whole mind. And I think
Hmm.
that was intentional. She wanted to do that so people could be like, "Look, I rap too." You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But the way she straddles the fence of pop and rap, I got to give it to her on that. Like nobody's doing it like her. I don't see Nicki. Her stuff hasn't really been doing that good when she does the pop thing. Honestly, it doesn't really blow up like that. So I don't know. Give it to her.
Especially not so much recently.
Hmm.
She did have a pretty good pop run back in the day, like Super Bass and
Hmm.
Starships. Those songs were pretty massive for her.
Massive.
But I feel like when it came to rappers who sing or singers who rap, Nicki wasn't as cohesive as like Doja Cat.
Mm.
Doja Cat is extremely cohesive because she can go from like a song that's a completely singing song to doing like a song that's like I'm thinking of like a song like Juicy or
Hmm.
a song like
Wait, that's a
even
Doja song?
Jealous type. Yeah,
I don't know. I
Juicy.
see. I
If
don't
you
know too many of like Doja's
Oh,
pop
okay, okay.
records. Okay,
So
but Jealous
she
Type.
has
Okay,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Uh,
like even with Jealous Type, she can do like a singing song that has raps in it, and it's really good. It comes off very cohesive.
mhm,
So I just she's definitely top tier in my opinion, and you do kind of got to give her that respect.
mhm.
She does it, and
While
she
we're
does it well.
she does. While we're speaking on that subject, okay, so let me just another elephant in the room. Do you dislike Nicki Minaj or what? And or do you? What's your issue with her? And why do the Barbs hate you so much?
So I do not dislike Nicki Minaj herself.
Okay.
Nicki Minaj, she's never done anything to me. It's her
Mhm.
fans. Her fans are nasty, nasty, nasty people. And they try to make her up like she's some like statue of greatness over everybody else, and it's just
Mhm.
not that. And so they try to attack other artists on her behalf and things like that, and I'm one of those people because I have like a really great memory about a lot of different artists career. I'm not going to let you get away with that. You're not going to continue to like poop on these girls for her, and like she really wasn't all that, like not in my opinion, like to be honest.
Hello. Just
I
speak on it.
remember when she came out, a lot of us at the time, we didn't understand like her shtick. It was like it's almost like if Doja Cat would have came out back then, I don't feel like people would have
Mm.
fully understood it or got the full thing. And that's
Facts.
what it was. She kind of did crawl so Doja could run.
Facts. That's true. That's
So
so
it's
true.
not so much that I like dislike her. It's just that like her fan base want to attack everybody, even like singers. Like
Mhm.
if in the next 2 to 3 years they'll be attacking rock stars next. Like it just
Hello.
so
It doesn't end.
I won't get off of her neck because of that. That's the only
Right.
reason. I don't
And
dislike her though.
I feel the same way. I always speak on my truths on Nicki Minaj, and I always will, and I always get attacked for it. Even when I'm showing love, her fans always like to focus on whatever you said that was mean about her. They never want to talk about the good things you say about her. And I'm
Yeah.
not here to suck her dick neither because that'll never happen. But like I gotta call a spade because like she came in the game trying to be Little Kim, and that
Yes.
like that's they could people could say what they want, but it is what it is. And I just don't like her tactics in the game. Like at the beginning, where she could have made up with Kim, or she could have done other things with female rappers back then, but she wanted to play the man's game, and she wanted to just be the only one there and just work with the men. It wasn't until Cardi B came out and she was working with City Girls and working with all these other girls that Nicki was like, oh well, maybe I should venture out and work with the other females. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's one thing. Another thing is too, okay, I come from the era of Kim, Foxy, Missy, Eve, what do you call it? Jackie O, Kaya, all of them. A lot of those girls, they didn't get along then. But one thing the Barb's got to know is that you can't attack everybody that your fave has a problem with. Like, I'm a big Little Kim fan. I still fuck with Foxy. I still like
Hmm.
Remy Ma. Like Remy and Kim beefed real hard one time. Remy ate Kim ass up. You know what I'm saying? You got to know when it's like you got to know when you got to give other girls their props just off of the hard work that they put in. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
Hmm.
that's what some Barb's, and you could tell, that makes me be like, "Oh, they must be young because they don't really understand the analytics of being a fan of an artist, but still being another fan of somebody else too, just
Right.
because, they might not like your fave." You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that's been weird to me these past few years, and just seeing her people come up is just like seeing her come up and just the people that follow her, just like, so you can't give Cardi B props because Nicki and they don't like each other. Like that's so weird to me.
That fan base is a mental illness, man.
And it's
It's
not all
get
of them. Yeah, some of
Yeah,
them I
it's
see
not
they're
all of them.
they're waking up, they're having a mind of their own, and kudos to y'all, but the majority of y'all, y'all gotta touch grass, seriously.
Yeah, I saw online where they were saying, asking a person if they're a barb on the first date is a valid question. I was like, holy crap, it's gotten that bad over there.
Exactly. It reminds me of, a current this guy that's in office right now and some of his followers, and, that ride on the Capitol, and you
Yep.
know, that that type of audience. That's what he
Very
is.
irrational. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad we got that out the way because I've been wanting to speak to you about that. So let me close with this question. Back to Cardi, it's been 7 years from her last album. How do you think she's grown over the years, and how do you think hip hop has grown with her, even you personally? Now that we're into a new era, I mean, we have like next week, next Friday, the album is coming, and I'm already like getting all fuzzy inside. But how do you think even Cardi has grown in within these 7 years that maybe she has to prove or she doesn't have to prove?
I think that in the beginning, Cardi was hungry to really just be here, and she was making music that she enjoyed making.
Mm,
Um, and it was music that she enjoyed hearing as well. Music
mm,
that she would want to hear, like, because at that time, she was transitioning out of being a stripper and into being
mhm,
a full time rapper. I think nowadays she has evolved. First of all, through all the things that she's gone through, she's been through a
yeah,
lot in the last 7
facts.
years. And also, I think that she understands that people are going to count her out, and so
Mm,
she's taking their reasons away in
mm,
real time, um giving us these tiny 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 snippets to songs, and we have to wait in order to figure out if they're going to be on the album or not. Things like that. It's giving people a chance to like kind of get a little bit of a critique, but then once the album comes out, it's going to be one of those situations where, are you going to stand on what you said before, or do you like this music?
mm,
I feel like in today's time, because I'm watching like the rollout, and I'm watching like who's been speaking about her and what type of attention they're paying her. They
mm,
really, really, really want Cardi to be the top female in hip hop.
mhm,
And that's where the conversations are. That Imaginary Player song and the music video really show that Cardi B does have a very strong connection with hip hop
mhm,
and is getting that conversation started. So
mhm,
I believe that when her album releases, it's going to be very interesting to see, these different people who have counted her out before, people
mm,
who are just hungry to hear the music and really like see what their impressions of it is going to be.
Big facts. Big facts. And just to piggyback off what you said, hip hop is in a totally different place right now than especially when Cardi came out, especially within these past 2 years with the Kendrick and Drake beef. I think
Hmm.
that's like, and maybe that's why Cardi brought Imaginary Players as like her first single to show people that she can really rap. She's really about this hip hop shit because it's not just about putting out fun music now. Now it's like
Hmm.
people want to hear what you really got to say. They want to see your skills, and I'm loving that Cardi is like taking this challenge head on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look,
Yeah.
she know it's not going to be the number one record on Billboard, and that's fine. If it was, great. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we champion
Hmm.
that. And but she put it out and she's like, look, it's doing what it's doing, and she's happy with it. You know, and it's good to see
Hmm.
her happy with the music she's brought out because these past few years, you know, we've seen her like, oh, it's not ready yet, or I don't know, want to put that out. She's so hard on herself, you know. And as an
Yeah.
artist myself, I get it. You know, you want to put out your best stuff, or you're nervous is what people are going to say about it. And with the interview with Billboard, she's so confident now, and I love it. You hear it in her voice that she is ready to bring this album out, and it's just like I'm just so happy for her, and just like wow, like it's really happening. Like after all this time,
I know. Yes. Man, I'm not gonna lie. It feels like I said, it feels like them old school rollouts. Like I low key feel like a TLC album is getting ready to come out Friday.
facts,
Like
the
I'm
same
so
way.
excited and I'm so happy for her. And you know, I'm sure she's felt like she's waited just as long as we felt as fans, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And like I said, I'm just super excited, man. I'm so proud of her. I'm so full, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like she every day she's doing something new, something new, something new. And
Mhm.
she's like she said, she's teaching these girls, how to do it.
Facts.
Yep.
Yep. I'm gonna end on that. That's a perfect note to end on. Yo, Mr. Chad Turner, thank you so much for being here, speaking with me. It's been long overdue. Like I said, we champion you to get back on Twitter because we need you up there. We need your and let me just say too, when people do be trying you, you be coming at them with receipts. Like you don't be letting shit slide. I
Oh
know
yeah.
sometimes it's like we're just gonna pay them no mind because we got bigger and better things going on. You know, with Cardi, I'm coming out on just the music biz itself. You know what I mean? But thank you for just being you. Thank you for always respecting the people too that came in before the game and champion Cardi and just good people that's in music, really putting out good quality stuff. So and thank you for supporting my channel and always just being there when I started. Like love is gonna always be there, bro. So thank you so much.
Always, always, always. You keep doing your thing, man.
Thanks, bro.
Us upcoming content creators, we got to stick
Mhm.
together, man. So
Big
I'm going to
facts.
always support, always, always, always. And yeah, thanks for having me on here, man. I really appreciate it.
Definitely. And I'm thinking maybe I'm probably holla at you like in another few weeks to see if you got time, just for another quick thing to see your. I want to get your exact reactions to this album after you've digested it. You know what I'm saying? I know you're gonna you do
Okay.
spaces and stuff, and you got some other stuff going on, so you'll be talking about it. But I want to get another one-on-one with you just to get your reaction. So look out for that, guys. I'm gonna try to get them back if you got some time, just for a little something, something. And again, thank you, Chad, for taking the time and speaking with me today. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
No problem. Anything else you want to say? Any shout outs you want to give to anybody or any handles you want to have people follow and stuff? It's your time.
Yeah, I am on all social media platforms as Mr. Chad Turner, except for Twitter. I am on Twitter. My at name is at It's Me the Drama. And also, I have a friend who pretty much helps me out with everything. I would probably not even be half of who I am on social media without her. So shout out to my girl Trixie or at two charms underscore. That is my homie in real life. And
Hey.
thank you for everything that you do for me, sis.
Aw, that's sweet. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being here. If you stayed for the whole interview, I know you enjoyed it because we was talking. The time went by so fast. I
I
enjoyed
know,
this
right?
conversation, and I can't wait to post it. You guys will be seeing it soon before "Am I the Drama" drops. So you have something to to digest or whatever, and we know what we got to do for this with that first week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
thanks, Chad, and we're gonna end it here, bro. You have a great night, and I will be seeing you in our social media circles.
Okay, for sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Peace.
See ya.
Okay.